Hi, welcome to the new PCS exterior cleaning vlog. We're going to come to you once a week and give you an update on how the company's doing, what our goals are, if we're hitting them, any updates on systems, processes, equipment, technology, things like that. So a little bit of history about PCS. We started, me and my mate Dave, in a van. It wasn't a van, it was a car. It was an Astra estate, and every time we broke, the ladders used to hit the front window and crack it a little bit. We did that for a year. I was too scared to go up ladders, so I invested. My dad lent me some money and we invested in a pure water system, proper but basic. Back in the day, we didn't even have an IBC tank in the garage. I had buckets of water that we used to barrel out into the trailer every day. Sim helped me set that up. Let's shout out to Thought Cleaning. And then over the years, we've had many staff, good and bad. Little Chris Ware, who's now alarm specialist, and we've got current staff of 4 full-time lads out in the vans, me and my wife who do the admin in the office. We have a online canvasser doing all of Facebook and social media sales for us. We have a subcontractor canvasser called Jack, who we spend a lot of money with, and he gets us some decent work in decent areas. And we use leaflets a lot, and we use a company called Chris's Leaflets, Sonia, from our new B&I group. We'll talk about that in a minute. Company's doing well. We built it from that little £35 I think we and Dave earned in our first day back in 2005. We're on track for 400k this year. We have built that with a lot of investment from banks. My dad has invested heavily. I need to start paying him back more. But we've got to a good standard where we trust the people that we're employing. We give them good rates of pay. You can just talk about, if you pay people peanuts, you get monkeys. You might have seen on other podcasts, like the Uncleanables podcast, and we're soon going to be on James Sinclair's broadcast, that if you do pay people rubbish, you get rubbish results. If you pay people well and give them incentives to earn more, they work better. For example, every time any of our lads pick up a customer from anything they do, whether they've done a recommendation from one of the customers they've cleaned, whether they've talked to a neighbour, whether they've given a leaflet out, whether they're a friend or family of the worker, they're going to get £10 for every single one they pick up. And you can quickly add £100, £200 bonus onto your wages every single month. And I've got young lads working with me, and they're hungry to earn. And we like that. We want people to be, there's no problem in paying you silly money, what we call it, 40 grand a year or the like, if you earn it, if you work for it, and you work hard for it. But your family's not going to like you because you're working too much, and you're going to have to take on a lot of responsibility, and it's not going to be easy, and you've got to get through the winters. None of them have been through a hard winter yet, and then we've got some older, I say older, 40s, 50s employees that have some mature heads on them. They are really good workers, get the job done, good with customers. Customers like them. Customers ask after them, ask if they have a day off or they're ill, or Graham had an accident. They are all asking about him. That's the type of customer that we want. We want customers to be regular, on go cardless, have a good relationship. They get text messages the night before we come. They get text message after we've come, unless they're on go cardless to pay. And the go cardless, that's genius. I was watching Lee Pryor the other day, and I totally agree. We could not run our business without go cardless. We've got thousands running through that go cardless every single month. We've got about 50% of our customers on go cardless. So they still pay me daily. I know they pay some others like Sim from Thought Cleaning, who we know locally, friends with locally, who pay him, they pay him weekly. It doesn't matter, as long as it's coming in and it's regular and you can keep cash flow. That's what small businesses are suffering with, is the cash flow. And jobs like we're picking up at the moment. This morning I was contacted by one of my customers that runs the maintenance on 2 schools in Stamford near where we live. So I said I will come and see you this morning. I went to see them. They were building sites because they were doing building on them. When would you like windows done? As soon as possible. I said, well, our payment terms are 25% up front, 75% on completion. No problem. When can you do it? We'll come and do it on Tuesday after the bank holiday. So this is filmed on Thursday, the 21st of August. I went to see them today. We are cleaning them on Tuesday, the 26th. And we will pay for them on the 26th. Other jobs like this week, me and one of my workers, Brandon, went to Somerset, which is about 3.5 hours away from our unit, to do a pressure washing of some cladding on a big factory and office block in Somerset. We went down Sunday night, stayed over Sunday, did the job Monday and Tuesday, stayed over Tuesday night, came home Wednesday. But that job grossed, including VAT, more than the company's doing a week. And 2 men did that in 2 days. We also had to pay for the cherry picker and driver, which I thought was quite expensive, so I had to look into it. And actually, it cost you about 350 quid to get one of my lads through fully trained. I think it's 1A, 3A and 3B cherry picker license, IPAF license. And then you can fully use any cherry picker out there. I'm sure people can tell me that I'm slightly wrong on that, but that's the idea that the company was giving me information on. So that's a bit of a history of PCS. The goals for PCS, obviously we started out just me and my mate Dave doing it a little bit of part-time when we first started out. £35 I think we earned in our first day. We used to regularly, when I had people like little Chris work for us, he's now an electrician. We would do £400 regularly out of a van, at one van in one day, 2 of us in one van. But we've learned, I agree with Pryor and I agree with Abacus, that it doesn't work 2 men in one van. It works 1 man in one van. Now in Peterborough you can roughly do about £400 per day, 1 man in one van. So if you've got 4 or 5 workers, you can do the maths on that of what you're bringing in per day. But if you put 2 men in one van and you go out, you can't do £800 in one day. You can do barely £600 in one day, more like £550 in one day. So all you're doing is getting the £400 from one worker and covering the cost of the second worker in that van. That second worker in that van is actually earning you no money at all. You're just covering their costs. So we've learnt a lot. The goals for 2026 is 1 million. And I think we can do that. With a couple of changes, a couple of new vans, I need a full-time office manager in here, full-time. We'll explain to you where I am. I'm in my unit at the moment. We've taken it away from my house because we had 5 men turning up in their cars or their vans outside my house, opening up the garage, going in the office, swapping, lifting up the garage door right on a roller shutter that squeaked, swapping paperwork, equipment, vans, la-di-da, and it was just too noisy, too much traffic at 7:30 in the morning, you know. Then we went and we moved the water, so we get our water got all from Spotless now. And hopefully there's someone else coming up in Peterborough that's going to beat Spotless prices, because I think they're far too expensive. You know, we're doing 2,500 litres a day sometimes from Spotless, and the bill is just going up and up and up. And they're talking of making it 7p per litre, and that's ridiculous for pure water. The problem that we have is that it needs to be accessible, so it can't be at someone's house. it needs to be at a unit. So Spotless works well, it's automated. You pay for it as you go, or you can put it on in advance. We're happy with that. But getting the unit, getting an office space away from the house was a big step. And also, start of August, I stepped away from doing any manual labour. So I don't go into the vans, apart from that one job we did in Somerset. I haven't set foot in a van, done any work really. So it's all here, and it'll give you a little peek of the office. You've got lots of tools and everything. You see all the whiteboards. I've basically copied Lee Pryor on a smaller scale. So that's a little tour of the office. Put you back there. I've listened to the Uncleanables podcast with Abacus and Lee Pryor probably 100 times each of them, because there was something new to learn every time. If we're a growing company, we want to grow, we want to get a decent revenue in, good cash flow. These sorts of companies suffer with cash flow. If you can get the cash flow in with go-cardless, we think that works really well. To talk about marketing for a second, we have a good relationship with the Uncleanables podcast. I've been on there. I'm going on there again in September, just to give an update on the company and a few things, the way we work, the way we market. So we market very differently to a lot of companies. I know that like Lee Pryor does a lot of leaflets, Abacus does a lot of canvassing, we do a lot of everything. So I have a full-time online canvassing team that do all social media, and we spend anywhere from £2,500 to £3,500 with them every month, and they bring in a lot of leads, good and bad. We pay about the same sort of money every single month to our self-employed canvasser Jack, who gets us work similar, but it's more concentrated area, so it's easier to clean. In the start of August, we put 25,000 leaflets out. Work comes in quite regularly from that. But one of the big marketing things we've done recently is joined BNI, which is Business Networking International. Now, BNI worked for me when I was about 16, 17, just starting out. But I didn't have the process in place, wasn't professional enough. Now, I'm 30, nearly 37, been doing it 20 years. I know all the processes, I know exactly what to charge, how to present a job, I know how to present in front of people, and give little catch phrases, catch lines to keep people interested. I've been a member for 5 weeks. 2 of those weeks I was doing jobs away from our base, and I had substitutes come in. So out of the 3 weeks that I was actually there, I have picked up £5,000 worth of work in 3 weeks of BNI. So yes, it costs quite a lot to join, but if it keeps going like this, I can't see why it doesn't work. The relationships you're building, I was talking to a guy from BNI that in our industry did the website for Skyback and Spinnerclean, and got them from making millions from not making millions, and the process in there. And I was very interested to talk to him what he could do with my website, which is rubbish. It needs updating and processes put in place to make it professional. We wanted just to give you a vlog once a week, show you what we're doing, show you if there's anything else that we could teach you about marketing or the way we run the vans. You might have seen when I showed you around the little leaderboards behind. So there's 5 staff at the moment, and 5 staff have Monday to Friday. They have what they put in a day, their total for the week, and their total the company done for the week. And they can go against each other. How much you've done, how much have I done? And is there a reason? Is there a reason why someone's done? I can see there 369, and on the same day someone did 434. Why is that? Did they have to travel further? That's understandable. Make allowances for that. Or was it something that could be avoided that we can work on to make something better? Please subscribe to PCS channel or however our friends Tom at Bok are going to help us present this. We don't cut corners, we clean them. I've been James Neville. This is the PCS exterior cleaning vlog.